Hello and welcome back to Outhoused Studio Devlogs. This is actually the first ever devlog we're making, so welcome on this journey with us. We're very excited to take you with us. Today, we'll be introducing the team, reviewing what the team is aiming to deliver in the short term with our project, as well as the steps we've taken so far to reach our objective. First on the agenda, let's introduce the team. First, Fernando. Fernando has been in game dev for 13 years and has very versatile game dev experience. He has a lot of game dev tech expertise, as well as experience in storytelling, and has also been exposed to a variety of game engines. He's released a few games before and has participated in many game jams over the years. He's worked both as a tech lead and as a dev. He's super passionate about game mechanics and loves to game. Emil has been learning and applying game development and design for the past 6 years. He loves to create worlds and lore for tabletop role-playing games and video games, and has participated in many game jams. The most important things to him in his work are to foster a positive work environment, to always keep learning, and to work as a team. Ivan is a Unity developer generalist who freelanced for the development of many games throughout his career, most notably Pixel Ripped 1989 and Rise of the Third Power. He's known for having the magic touch when it comes to optimizing graphical quality and performance, while producing awesome storytelling segments through visual effects and animations. Jacques, that's me, has been dabbling in game dev in Unity for 5 or so years. I have no release titles to my name, but I've participated in a few game jams. I'm a hard worker, and I'm very proud to be part of a very motivated team. Now, with respect to what we're trying to achieve with our project, a good thing about this team is we're really trying to limit and clearly define our scope. As such, our main deliverable for the moment is an MVP in which we showcase really the most basic loop of the larger game we plan to make. This MVP will consist of some number of fights interspersed with some upgrading segments, and at the end, a boss. So this MVP we expect would take about maybe 5 to 10 minutes to play, and later down the road we plan to use this MVP as a springboard for what would later become our final finished game. As for the gameplay of the MVP itself, in gameplay it would be a roguelike game with an active combat system. So we would have a system similar to that of Child of Light, where instead of the combat being completely turn-based, everyone is essentially racing against time to cast their abilities. We believe this would bring a great sense of dynamism to an already very exciting combat experience. As for lore, for the moment we're leaning on the eldritch, dark, fantastical side, with no clear commitments as of yet to any particular plot, as we're mostly focused on the functionality of the MVP. As this is only the first devlog at the start of a project that may take a little bit of time at least, even if we're only making an MVP, our main achievements so far mainly revolve around setting up the foundations for a successful work environment moving forward. So namely, we established first our studio name and purchased a domain linked to it. Our website isn't developed yet, but we will get to this soon. Next, we established a Discord server in which we're able to centralize communication with the team and later on with the community. We also established a code repo. We're based on GitHub at the moment. And we've also established a means of documenting things. At the moment, we're only using a simple shared Google Drive where we're able to document coding practices we expect to follow, meeting notes, and other useful documents where we keep track of action items, for instance. Another thing we've established is a means of defining tasks. We're using Trello at the moment, and we're loving it, where we take turns there defining tasks, defining task lists as well, and keeping track of who's working on what. We've also been using a Miro board to keep track of visual references and other concepts and mechanics that we're still in the process of exploring. We've also begun exploring what we want our visual style in the game to look like. Obviously, this is a process we will iterate over a few times before we know what we want to keep, but for the moment, we're exploring art styles in the following styles. First, we have a style which is very similar to one of our big inspirations, Darkest Dungeon. Note the claustrophobia and closeness we feel with the characters here. Second, we have a further, more JRPG vibe going on here. Notice the characters are much further apart and further in the scene, and there are many more layers to this approach, so while maybe visually it's refreshing, there are also some impacts to performance that come to this, so this is all stuff we're going to have to think about. On behalf of Outhouse Studios, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and we'll catch you next time.